Morning everyone. I thought I would do another of the pick 10s. So yeah, let's get started. I've got my usual mixed media paper there. Right, ready for the first one? Add a quote. Okay, let me find something. I don't know what to do about that actually. Because otherwise it's going to be, can I put that one on later? I'm taking an executive decision. I will add a quote, but I'm not adding it first. There we go. Add torn paper. Okay, I'm happy to go with that. Let's get some paper. Right, without leaving my seat, on my desk I have these bits of paper that I was using in my latest project. So I think I will just tear some. They're all of a similar sort of colour, sort of a browny vintage. Theme. A little bit of book paper there that can go on. And some squared paper. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I'm not very prepared today. I have not got any glue. I wonder if that would work. Maybe. It sounds a bit wet, doesn't it? I had such a problem with this bottle. I just couldn't get the glue to come out. I kept watering it down, and now I think I've over-watered it. I did stick some more glue back in it, but oh no, let's go Pritt stick, otherwise we'll be waiting ages for this to dry. See, it's early in the morning for me and my brain's not kicked in yet. Let's do this. It's a lovely day. It's been a lovely weekend. Really, really lovely. Not that I've seen a lot. I haven't been out, obviously. Not really. Went for a walk with my daughter. And my youngest daughter. And then my husband and myself and my eldest daughter played the board game Talisman last night. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten how much that goes on. Hours and hours we played. I was quite exhausted when we'd finished. It was fun, something a bit different to do. We usually watch a movie on a Saturday night, but we decided to play a game instead, so that was fun. And we often play games, but we don't often play games that last hours. So that was last night's entertainment. Well, I'm really not thinking about where these are going, I'm just plonking them on, as you can probably tell. Right, come out. I think I'll stick that one up there. Right. Oops. For some reason I'm not working quite so far away from myself as usual. I've just got the camera angle just right. Usually I'm working at arm's length over here and I'm struggling. So if I keep going off the off camera view, then it's just because it's a bit different. Right, I need a cup of tea. Or at least a mouthful. Right, next one. Oops, I've got two. Wait. Doodle or draw. Right, I'm going to add that, but I'm going to put that near the end as well. I'm not going to doodle and draw now. See? Watch me making these decisions. Add paint using a store card. Here we go again. Right, I'll come back with some paint. when I've decided what colour direction we're going in. Right, be right back. Right, I think I'm going to try and aim to stick to these sort of colours. So I've got paint which is in sort of browns, and that might be a bit too dark, that one. Sort of a browny colour, so let's see where we go with that. So, not everything has to be really brightly coloured. I don't even know if I want to do that. I'm not going mental and colouring it all like last time. I'll get a bit excited and then the whole thing goes and gets coloured up. I don't want to do that. She says, covering it all up. Just trying to cover some of those white spaces, I think that's all. A bit down there. Right, let's leave that for now. And not dwell too much on what it looks like. Let's hope we can pull something out the back. Right, glue down string, wool or ribbon. Alright, I've got some string here. I think I might use some of this. What should we do? Should we just, I think we'll just cut some lengths and glue them on. Okay, there's 3 bits there of differing length. Now, what are we going to stick that down with? Maybe 3 in 1 would do. And there's a little bit. Oh, I like that curly bit. Let's stick that on. Right, I fear I'm going to get messy here. Let me have some more tea before I can't touch the mug anymore. Oh, maybe it's better if I did this and just... Right, I've got kind of a circle there, but I don't want them all to be circles. Let's try... I might try and force this to do something. Because it's got a natural curl in it from being on a roll. Let's just see. That's not too bad. I can't say I've done anything like this before, so right, I've got a long bit here. What can we do with that? Trying to find a natural way that it wants to go. Maybe we'll just see what happens. Oops. How are we doing there? Hope everybody's had a good week. Again, not much has happened here. Well, actually that's not strictly true, but I had to take my dad into the hospital for an operation, which obviously under the circumstances was not ideal, but he had to have it. It was urgent, so that was a bit of a worry, but it did mean my mum and I got to go out because the hospital isn't near where we live. So, and we had to wait. We didn't know how long he'd be, so we had to wait. So it meant my mum and I had a day, well, we had a morning out. We went to a nature reserve and went for a walk. So, yeah, that was kind of nice, but not in a nice way, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's as maybe. Right, let's go for another one. I might have to wait for this to dry, but we'll see. Outline something and smudge it. Right, I'm putting that on my to-do later. I like this idea, some now, some later, rather than, I didn't really like taking them all out and having to make a decision all at once about 10 different things. And sometimes when you pick out 10 things randomly, you know, I don't want to add a quote right at the beginning of the very first thing. So I like this idea now, where I'm doing some now, some later. So let's go for another one. Add random numbers. Well, I suppose I could do that now. Right, do you know what? I think I will put that down there. Right, I'm coming back with some numbers. Now, in Daphne's diary this month, obviously due to the virus, things have obviously happened wherever it gets printed, and it is just full of things to cut out and use and do. There's no recipes and writing and things like that. So there's a sheet of numbers, and I thought, oh, they'll be good to use. So what I think I will do is just cut out a few of those, and we will use those as our random numbers. Actually, what would be better is if I tore them out. So what I will do is use my ruler. Let's move that for a minute. I think I will tear this lot here. I'm not going to, oh, it doesn't matter. Let's just go with the flow. To have decimated one of those, but never mind. And then we'll just because I don't want them to look too neat and cut out. I think this is the best way to go. I love this ruler. I don't know why I didn't make one years ago. Well, probably because I've never seen it before, but just so easy with a cheap old hard plastic ruler, just to pull some bits out and use that. Okay, so these are some random numbers. I don't know if I'll use 4. I might only use 3 of them. Which 3? That one, not that one. Or that one, not that one. Oh, there's always so many decisions to make, aren't there? I'll take that one out because it's got a bit of blue on it. Not that I am averse to blue, but I think I might just distress the outside a little bit, just to get rid of some of that white. Yeah, so I'm just, my Daphne's diary, I'm just literally taking a page out and chopping bits up and using it. Loads of different things on there that you can use for different projects. So I think I might, yes, that will do, something like that. What should we stick you on with? maybe we could use Prit. It's not Prit anyway, it's Yoo-hoo. God, it's going to be hot again today. I can feel it, mainly because my craft room door is closed, which I tend to close when I'm filming. Otherwise the world and his mother pops in for a chat. But it feels really warm in here. Or maybe it's just my age, or a combination. Okay, there's some random numbers. So we've done 4, I've got 3 to do, so that leaves me with 3 more. Da, 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 da. Add splatters or drips. Ooh, that sounds messy. Let's go with splatters. Right, I've got some paint here. I've got some quite dark brown, and I think I might use that. And I might end up using a little white as well, we'll see. What we need is a brush. It looks like I'm cleaning, I am cleaning brushes that have been sat in that water. I wouldn't like to say how long for. They're my manky brushes. Good brushes I'm very good at taking care of, but things that I use for Mod Podge and gesso I just tend to leave in water till the next time. Right, I do want a different brush. Some of these brushes are better than others for splatting. That's usually quite good. Let's have a look. No, it's a bit too stiff, that. I don't know what's gone on with that. Try that one. Right. I might have put too much water in here. Let's see how we go. Oh, I'm liking that. I wonder if I can get a really big drip somewhere. Not really. Okay, let's leave that. What should we do? Should we have a little bit of white or something? Have I got any white? I've got some gesso I might have to do. Right. Yep, I've managed to get brown in the gesso. I knew I would as well. That is not good, Stephanie. Right, hopefully this isn't going to be too stark, or I'll just have to add a bit of, don't want too much, but just, oh my goodness, yes, I have got white paint everywhere. No worries. Giving up being precious about this room and this desk and everything. Everything I own in here. Yeah, that'll do. Put that up there for a mo. Right, let's just have a bit of a wipe over. It'll all come off anyway. Alright, let's have a look. Another one. Use coloured pencils. Right. Well, I'm going to have to wait for this to dry before I do that. Or I'll dry it and then get some pencils. Right, I'm back and I've got my woodies. I think I'll use those. Those are coloured pencils. And I've got a brown and a gold. I have got other colours, but they're a bit primary. I've got yellow. I don't know if I want to use or introduce another colour, maybe some red. But I think what I will do is just put some down and maybe smudge them with a baby wipe or something. I'll just try and cover up some of this white a little bit. Somehow I've got to doodle on here, so we will see. I don't want to add too much. Let's have a go with the gold one. Right, I've just added a little bit of that, and I need a baby wipe, a damp one, because I've been saving my baby wipes, and when they dry out I've been just adding a little water and they're fine for cleaning things up. Right, so they will smudge a little bit, these pencils. Seems like they smudge better on certain papers. It doesn't really want to smudge terribly well on the mixed media paper, but on the book paper it's done a very good job. Anyway, let's just put a little bit of colour on in the white bits. That will do for now. Let me put those away. Okay, so we've used 3, 6, got 3 to do, and this is the last one. Oh, add butterflies. Okay, well that could be part of the ones that we need to do. So I've got to outline something and smudge it, draw or doodle, add a quote, and add butterflies. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to get some butterflies. Well, I've picked out 2 butterflies. Now, ideally I'd have liked to have placed a third, but with all the string on there isn't really that much space to add anything. So I've picked out 2 butterflies and 2 places to put them. And that will have to do for now. If indeed I can actually peel off the back of this and put it on. Goodness me. Oh, pokey tool, that might help. The biggest question of all is there it is. Where is the pokey tool? Don't know if that will work on these. I seem to think my nail will be better. So my nail is broken, it doesn't help. And the chances of me using my left hand are slim. I'm not very coordinated in my right hand, let alone my left. Right, I think I will just pop that one on about there. I might get my bone folder and give that a bit of a burnish as well. don't know if it's these stickers, my fingers, or my eyes. I'm not even sure I'm looking in the right place to pull the plastic off the back. Oh, we're there. Right, and then we've got this little one here, which I think I'll pop on there. Let's just have a little burnish, see if we can get them to stick down nicely. I do like these stickers. Okie dokie. Right, now, so that's had butterflies, I've done that one. Outline something and smudge it. Let's have a go. I'm looking for my little pencil that you've seen in my doodling. This little thing. It's a 5B. I think I'm going to have to get another one because it's getting difficult to hold. But I think I might have a go at outlining. Oh, I don't have to outline the butterflies. But I'm going to have a go and see what happens. Just going to put a little bit of pencil round the butterfly. This is my trusty pencil that I use for all my shading and things. It's just so I guess because it's a 5B, it's so soft. And I'm going to smudge it with my paper stump. And I might do the other one. He's got long antennae. Maybe I'll just do that. This pencil just goes on so well. It can be a bit dark. I think on 1 or 2 doodles I used a 2B or something like that. It's not quite so dark. Let's see how we go with this. Hopefully just enough so that it stands out a little bit on the page. That's not too bad, I don't think. Right, so we have outlined something and smudged it. Now I need to draw or doodle or draw. There's not a lot of places to doodle and draw. And I need to add a quote. Maybe I should put the quote on so I know where I'm going. Let's have a look here. Do we think a white one with black or a black one with white? I think black with white's going to look better on there. Right, I've just seen this has just leapt out at me, so we will have this. I'm just going to take the white off the edge if I can. It says, out of limitations comes creativity. I thought that was fairly apt. Now we could go up the top of the page. Yes, I'm just going to stick it up there, I think. And I might outline that and smudge it as well. Just because I don't know what I'm going to doodle and I'm stalling for time. There, out of limitations comes creativity. Right, I'm going to have a think about the doodle and draw and I'll be back. Right, well, I've had a think. I thought about doodling a butterfly, but I don't know. The pressure is on now. I don't want to ruin this. And so I think I might stick with the number theme and just doodle some numbers on here. Nothing very fancy, as I don't want to ruin it. I quite like what I've created so far. Also, I'm not 100% sure these pens will work very well on here. I do have a better pen, but it's got a thicker nib, and that in itself presents problems. So I'm just going to put some random numbers or something. Let's have a go at a number 6. And I wonder if I can use a thinner nibbed pen just to do some stripes on this one. Pens are running a bit dry. I think I'm going to have to invest in some more. Well, I've got another packet of pens, but the ones that I use most, like the 005, I've already used that one. I wouldn't say I use it most. I think I'm a bit heavy-handed. I do press down very hard. I do when I write and push down on the nib. I tend to break things, so. Let's have another number somewhere. Let's have lucky number 7. Hope this constitutes doodling. Oops. Meeting a bit of resistance there. Most of my doodling, I thought I'm good at doing flowers. I'm not really good at doing or you know, things, but I don't think, we don't want a beach hut on here, do we? Well, that will do. Should we have another one? Let's have I suppose I could have done a doodle earlier on and then covered it up. Not sure how this will work. It's really hard to draw on paper that's got things glued on it. Pen has a mind of its own. But wrong way. Right, there's some numbers. Should I put any over this side, or should we leave it at that? Thinking we'll leave it at that. Yeah, we will. Maybe we'll just give this little fella some antennae. Yeah, I think that will do. I think we'll just add a little of the black soot around the outside. Black soot or vintage photo? That is the question. Let's just chop the excesses off. I think I'll go black soot. There's quite a lot of brown on there, isn't there? Oops, maybe just... Oops, that's not terribly well stuck. Could do with a little bit more glue. Yeah, that will do. It's slightly bizarre, but I think I have met all the briefs. Yep, out of limitations. Oops, you can't see. Out of limitations comes creativity. And there we go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now. Okay, very quickly, off camera, I decided to add a couple more numbers because I thought it looked a little bit unbalanced, so I added a 3 and part of a 2, and I have just gone over with my pencil and my paper smudger thing and just smudged it inside. Just, I don't know, it just thought it needed something a bit extra. So yeah, I was just sitting looking at it thinking, no, it definitely needs a little bit extra. So I hope you agree. That is the finished piece. I'll show a picture in a minute anyway. Okay, thanks again, folks. Have a good week. Bye.